Did you know you can open a bank account online without ever stepping foot inside a physical branch? Save time, avoid the queues, and gain the financial freedom you need, all right from your phone or laptop? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're mastering the online bank account setup, your complete, foolproof guide to taking total control of your money.
It's seriously that easy. We are going to walk through this process step by step so you can get set up seamlessly, no matter where you are.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our agenda. 1. Choose your digital bank. 2. Gather your required documents. 3. Apply and verify identity. 4. Fund and access account. 5. Essential digital security tips. And 6. Conclusion and disclaimer.
First up, step 1, choose your digital bank. Traditional banks versus neobanks. So when we compare the two, traditional banks are your classic brick-and-mortar spots, right? They have physical branches, face-to-face services, but they often run on pretty old legacy back-end systems. Online banks, on the other hand, are completely digital first, and because they don't have the massive overhead of keeping the lights on in physical buildings, they pass those savings right back to you. We're talking higher annual percentage yields and way fewer fees. A perfect example of this digital-first approach is the neobank. Basically, a neobank is a financial technology or fintech company that offers banking services entirely digitally by partnering with a licensed government-regulated bank. It's a pretty awesome setup. Platforms like Chime or Acorns deliver these incredibly sleek, modern apps, while letting their partner banks handle the heavy lifting, like actual deposit insurance.
Moving right along to step 2, gather your required documents, the paperwork.
You really want to gather all this beforehand so your application doesn't just time out while you're scrambling to find your wallet. You're going to need a valid, government-issued photo ID, like your driver's license or a passport. You'll also need your social security number or taxpayer ID and a solid proof of address, such as a recent utility bill or mortgage document. Oh, and if you're setting this up for a minor, make sure you have their birth certificate handy too.
Now, you might be wondering, why do they need all this personal stuff? Well, Section 326 of the USA Patriot Act actually requires it. This customer identification program isn't just the bank being nosy, it's literally a strict federal mandate designed to fight money laundering and stop the funding of terrorism.
All right, step 3, apply and verify identity, the digital application.
Don't worry, this digital transaction is explicitly designed to be as frictionless as possible. It's basically a standard 5-minute workflow. Step 1, confirm your eligibility. You generally just need to be 18 or older and a U.S. resident. Step 2, pop in those personal details we just gathered. Step 3, upload your ID documents, which you can usually do just by snapping a quick photo with your smartphone. And Step 4, sit back and await verification and approval. It honestly often happens in mere minutes.
But hey, if an application does happen to get denied, it's often because of something called check systems. This is a consumer reporting agency that tracks your banking history, mainly looking for red flags like unpaid overdrafts, and those records stick around in your file for 5 years. But don't stress. If you do have a negative mark, I want to empower you with some really great alternatives.
There's a clear path forward with second chance accounts. These are platforms that offer leniency for past banking issues. For example, Chime offers excellent no-fee banking along with their Spot Me overdraft program. Capital One 360 gives you access to a massive network of over 70,000 ATMs, plus 3 free overdraft coverage options. And Varo? They provide in-app credit tracking and will simply decline a transaction instead of hitting you with a nasty overdraft fee.
Okay, step 4, fund and access account, making the initial deposit. Once your account is approved, it's time to activate it. To make that crucial minimum opening deposit, you've got a few easy options. You can transfer funds directly from another U.S. bank account, use a credit, debit, or prepaid card, or just set up direct deposit right from your employer. And actually, speaking of direct deposit, here's a massive perk of going digital. By setting up direct deposit with many online banks, you can often get access to your paycheck up to 2 days early. Since digital banks process the deposit the exact second they get notice from your employer's bank, you totally bypass those old-school holding periods. Next up is Step 5, Essential Digital Security Tips, locking the vault.
Since you are basically your own digital branch manager now, you need a proactive defense strategy. The absolute gold standard here is multi-factor authentication, or MFA. This means requiring 2 or more forms of verification to log in, like your password plus a one-time code sent to your phone or a biometric fingerprint scan. Think of MFA as a heavy-duty deadbolt for your digital vault. Even if a hacker steals your password, they are locked out without that second key.
You also need to lock down that password with some highly actionable best practices. Use a minimum of 8 characters, though honestly 12 or more is best. Mix it up with uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Definitely avoid personal or searchable info, never reuse old passwords, and update it every 3 to 6 months. Using a dedicated password manager is a brilliant way to handle all of this effortlessly.
You also really got to watch out for phishing. This is when criminals use scam emails, urgent text messages, or spoofed phone calls to trick you into visiting fake websites to steal your data. Always keep an eye out for poor grammar, aggressive language, and incorrect URLs. If an email link points to Amazon.com spelled with an A instead of an O, absolutely do not click it.
Here is another critical tip. Avoid accessing your online banking on public Wi-Fi. Those unencrypted networks in coffee shops or airports are just incredibly dangerous and prone to malware. If you absolutely have to check your balance on the go, always use a virtual private network, a VPN, and make absolutely sure you log out completely when you're finished.
And finally, Step 6, Conclusion and Disclaimer. Final takeaways.
Let's do a quick recap to summarize our core steps. First, research and choose the right digital platform for you. Second, prepare your Patriot Act compliant ID. Third, complete that quick 5-minute digital application. Fourth, set up your initial funding and get that early direct deposit flowing. And fifth, lock it all down by enabling MFA and practicing safe browsing.
Just a quick reminder before we wrap up. This explainer is strictly for informational purposes only. You should always consult with qualified financial advisors or bank representatives to get personalized advice tailored to your specific situation.
We did it! We've covered everything you need to confidently open a bank account online. Your digital vault is open, funded, and securely locked down. So the only question left to answer is, what financial goals will you find with it first? Thanks for exploring this with me, and here is to your newfound financial freedom.